Hello, I'm Sarah J and I'm a social psychologist working on a research project called Educating for Empowerment. This is part 2 of 2 videos. In the first video I talked about the benefits for you educators to become involved in the research, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to administer the questionnaire. So I'm from the University of Limerick in Ireland, and I'm working in collaboration with UL Engage, who are from the University of Limerick. I'm also working in collaboration with IFWEA, the International Federation of Workers' Education Associations, based in Cape Town in South Africa. So I'm collecting survey data, and I've compiled my questionnaire by drawing on the ideas and constructs that IFWEA and UL Engage like to promote in their education. And there are 10 measures in total, which each contain a number of items. These are statements really that participants will respond to on a 5-point scale, and here is a screenshot of the measures that are included in the questionnaire. So I'm just going to briefly show you quickly the questionnaire. It begins with an information sheet and a consent form. And I'll talk in more detail in a moment about the information and consent form when I talk about the ethics of the research. So this is a screenshot of the beginning of the questionnaire with the items and the 5-point response scale that I talked about. Okay, so here's another screenshot of the questionnaire a bit later. And this is the last page of the questionnaire. It's the demographics information page, where I ask participants to give me their age and their gender and some other information about themselves, and then I thank them. Okay, so it's really important that you understand that when you administer the questionnaire, that you don't discuss the questionnaire with the participants or really allow them any space to discuss the questionnaire either. That is because we are so easily influenced by social pressures and social forces. These are things that in research we call demand characteristics and social desirability, really. We're so keen to kind of please each other and to answer in a way that we think other people might want us to answer. So it's really best if participants aren't really given a chance to discuss, and their responses then are kind of uncontaminated by each other's thoughts. So it's best if they complete the questionnaire kind of separately, or at least quietly. So the next really important thing for you to understand is that I have ethical approval for my studies, which is essential when you're doing research with human participants. So I have ethics approval from the University of Limerick Ethics Research Committee, and I have ethical approval also from the Human Sciences Research Council in South Africa. So at the very beginning of the questionnaire, the participants will see an information sheet and consent form all in one page. And it's really important that they read the information sheet, then they understand that they're completing a questionnaire that will take between 10 and 15 minutes, and that their participation is completely voluntary, that they can withdraw at any time, that their responses are anonymous and confidential. And that means I won't be taking any identifiable information about them, and that we won't be able to link their responses back to their data at any time. So when participants understand the information sheet, they're then asked to sign the consent form, and I will keep the consent form separately from their data. If participants are under the age of 18, the information sheet must be taken home to their parents, and their parents give consent for them to take part in the study. So the last really important thing for you to understand is that we really want to collect this survey data longitudinally. That means I get participants to complete the survey before the education and again afterwards. And then in order to be able for me to tie their information from before and after together without taking their name or any identifying information, I'm asking them to give me the last 7 digits of their telephone number at the top of the questionnaire. Now this is a fairly meaningless number because I haven't got their complete telephone number. I won't be able to ring them, for example, but it is a number hopefully that the participants will remember from before and afterwards. So that's why I've asked for the last 7 digits of their telephone number at the beginning of the questionnaire. So the steps to participation if you want to get involved. Firstly, I'll provide you with the questionnaire, which includes both the information sheet and the consent form. I can provide that either as a Word file, which you will print. I can reimburse the costs of that, or I can provide you with a link to an online version if your participants have access to the internet. Then you need to follow the guide in this video on how to administer the questionnaire so that you understand the steps. Ideally before and after the education, but if that's not possible, then just after the education would also be very helpful. The questionnaire takes participants between 10 to 15 minutes to complete. Once they've completed it, I can arrange to either collect the questionnaire or have them sent to me. So you don't need to worry about that part. So if you're interested, please contact me via email, sarah.j@ul.ie. So this was the second in 2 videos. In the first video I talked about the benefits for educators to become involved in the research, and in this video I've explained how to administer the questionnaire. So do get involved. If you have any queries or questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, sarah.j@ul.ie. Otherwise, thanks so much for listening.